you guys set off on foot through the home of the Wood Elves to make for safe harbor so that you can take a journey on the seas to the home of the vampire lords. All right, what do you do?
All right, I think we're walking. Oh
Yeah,
wait, we
we're
need to
hope.
get supplies
Well,
first. Did somebody go
I
into the
mean, we have a
town stock up
wagon.
prisoners?
We have a wagon and a horse, so walk is relative.
You have a wagon?
Hmm.
Yeah, we bought one when we were exiting Twyrif.
All right,
Wagon
yeah.
and a horse to
Now hold on.
ferry Anna and her father.
All right then.
Being that we're going off road, following the coastline, that might be a bad idea. In my
Yeah,
times,
the
I
carriage
happened
would
to
not be
notice that
good.
wagons
All
tend to
right, I'll
stick to
just
roads.
well
You
enough,
could bring the
but
horse
that's
as
a
a
good
pack
point.
animal, though. Saddlebags, put stuff on the horse. It's a draft horse, right?
All right, sure. I'll get another horse for the wagon, which I will leave with Anna to do with as she wills. You know, make a living mm, since the mine is not fully set up yet. Since Samurai said it was still dangerous, still monsters about.
Okay.
So draft horse is what 25? They're 50 gold.
I think it's 50.
50. All right, that's
So you pay to have the draft horse and wagon. Let's say it's, one silver piece to have it delivered over there, and you give it to Anna. Is that what you're doing?
yep.
Okay. You spend one silver piece.
And then
Boom. Anna's got it.
And then I think he
then
also
the
he bought another draft
50
horse
gold
to
for
be a pack
another
animal.
draft horse
Okay.
to be a pack animal for us.
You
Yeah.
got it. Just add that to your inventory. You have a draft horse.
Excellent.
Setting off. When you're ready, Party Navigator, go ahead and move the party icon to where you want to go.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can move the party icon. You just click it and drag and drop wherever you want. Or if you don't want to, I can do it for you.
I don't think it's letting. Yeah, I have select token. No, it's not
Oh, we
letting me.
can't click on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's to prevent people from like dragging and dropping it like forever, like into the distance, and revealing the entire map. That would ruin the surprise, guys. There's a lot to explore.
Yes.
A
Must
multi-year
keep the
campaign.
suspense.
But all right, where do you want to go, Gilbert? You tell me.
Well, I believe. I mean, I don't know how far we can make it in a day, but I would probably somewhere around here.
Okay. You make it to the edge of the Wood Elf territory. You go through the pond, to the farm. Since you've made good time and you went directly there, you didn't do any unnecessary stops except for a quick stop at the market. Oh, okay. Party has been hit. There's no patrols out, no soldiers, no search parties, no nothing. So you bypass all of that. Well done. Everybody gets 450 experience points. Just for interacting, problem solving, social aspect of this. Interacting with Nero, interacting with Zarra. Well done, guys. So, the misty wetlands south of the City of Glass and east of Phandalin is a forest saturated with water. The forest floor is covered with gray, murky water that rises above your waist. The air is alive and buzzing with insects. A slight silver mist covers the sun above you. The smell of orchids float in the air. The trees are tall and overgrown roots crisscross the ground. There is a small road leading to the southeast that avoids the worst of the terrain, but it leads toward the rumored home of the xenophobic Wood Elves. This terrain is punishing and exhausting to traverse. You cannot recover any points of exhaustion while traveling in this terrain. Each day of travel will require succeeding on the DC 20 Constitution saving throw, or you will gain a point of exhaustion. Following the road will make it so that you do not need to roll for exhaustion. But
is there a road?
It will lead toward the home of the Wood Elves. The road goes southward, but you're trying to go southeast. So you guys have a choice here.
When I was a highwayman, I would always, although I got off the roads if I ever saw anyone official approaching, I tended to stick nearby them because that's where the most prey is, and also because it's a lot easier to travel that way. Personally, I'd rather avoid hoofing it through these dangerous woods if possible. If we have a road, I say we use it. Those wood elves surely aren't that bad.
Yeah, I got to agree. I mean, this is ridiculous. We can't get through this.
Oh,
I mean, you said they're
But there's-
xenophobic, right? They
we'd have
just
to
got a
make
problem with
clues.
xenomorphs.
ignore the part that it says if you fail with a total roll below 10, you gain 2 points. That is not true. Ignore that part.
Okay.
It's just 1 point. Okay, your guys are taking the road. This is a decision for the party navigator.
Correct. Let's stick to the road.
You believe so?
You guys stick to the road.
The cons.
Following the road leads you to a palisade barricade. After 1 day of travel, the road does kind of twist toward the safe harbor, but after 1 day of travel, the road leads you to a palisade barricade made of interwoven wooden branches and logs. Wood elf archers patrol along the walls. There appears to be no way around the palisade for miles because of rugged mountains and like a deep pool. Like you'd have to wade and swim your way through these like a maze of flooded forests. There appears to be no way around the palisade. You do see a young halfling walking around behind the palisade. She is playing with a small bird atop her red hair. The wood elves regard her with compassion and friendliness as they're patrolling the palisade walls. I will pull everybody to the map.
Red hair
so
on
you
the
guys-
bird, you say? I'm level 6. I'm not sure about anyone else. I think Remy might be too.
Yeah, because of the
Remy's
XP per game,
definitely.
yeah.
Well, I'm just
Yep,
trying to figure
yep.
out because Gilmac has hit 6. Remy definitely hit 6 because he is bothered
Got
to
the,
do a journal.
Yep.
But Kenneth and Game Night, where are you guys at?
Oh, I'm at
I'm
6
about.
too.
I'm at one encounter away from it. I'm like 400 experience away.
Okay. That means that
I
I am
think-
level 6.
Yeah, because I think Landfed, you've been here about the same amount of time as Game Night, or maybe like just one session less, right?
One session less.
Yeah, everyone should be level 6, right? I know that, right?
And I think Kenneth isn't quite. He's almost there.
Yeah, I think Kenneth is just shy of it. That's why I was trying to figure out, because I think Kenneth has been here 2 sessions less than me, and one of those sessions didn't really have a whole lot of experience in it anyways.
Yep. So I think Kenneth is almost level 6.
Okay.
Landfed, you're 6. Or
Yeah, I'm 6. That's what I was trying to figure out, because I was like, did the 600 get added in already or not? 'Cause that's literally the difference.
600 from what? Oh, from the the 600 from
Yeah.
starting a little bit late was added in the beginning. So if that's the case, then
Yeah.
you're 6 then. Everyone should have received the 600 at the start of the game session.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, there's the wood elves. They don't see you yet, but you can approach them. If you do, you'll be spotted.
So I've
All right.
I've removed my mask and cloak because they're kind of hot and annoying for travel. So I'm
Before
just
you
wearing my
do,
regular gear.
the party actor is gonna please discuss with others what the plan is for a potential social encounter. You have the authority here. Yeah, when you're ready, go ahead.
Right. Well, that would be me. And of course, everyone is free to do whatever they want. I think we should just approach. But if you have other ideas, I'm up for discussion.
Yeah, party tactician.
There
If you
is
want to
one.
rock and roll here, that's your prerogative as well.
I don't think it's. This is a very strategically sound location.
Right, which means
I'm
we're
not the
going to have to
tactician,
go at
but-
it aggressively. We're going to need ballista set up on either side of this choke.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a spell to
I mean, I
blast
could
open the
set
gates.
those up, but that would take 2 weeks. We don't have that time.
Mortimer, you got fireball prepared today, right?
That's not how that works, and no.
All right, in that case,
Well,
we should probably talk our way through this, as you were party
yes.
actor.
I'm afraid
There is
talking
another
is
way, but if we can see the halfling with the red hair and the bird, I will point out that that's Willow, who Samwise said that we should be looking out for. I have a way around it though. 2 people or more can ride the griffin, and it can also carry creatures that are its size. So
That
I
might
could
be
just, and it
perceived.
lasts 6 hours.
That might be perceived as an aggressive action, I'm afraid.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You misunderstand me. If we walk further back up the road, I could have the griffin fly all of us and the horse over it in turns, far above their sight line. It lasts 6 hours and takes 5 days to recharge. So, with 6 hours just going back and forth, I think that lasts.
Yep. If that succeeds,
But
if if that succeeds, that would be trespassing, but they might not spot it.
they
Dun,
they
dun,
might
dun.
not.
I think that's a good plan B. I think we should do that
That's a good plan
if
B.
negotiations fail.
Definitely.
If we're going to approach the gate, then Gilmac is going to take a riding horse shape.
Okay.
Oh.
You are a riding horse, good sir.
So it's one of my 2 then now, because I'm sure we had a short rest by the time we got here.
Yep, you did.
Reshmitten, just before you go, the classic pre-social encounter, enhance ability for charisma.
Ah, excellent.
Yep.
I feel much more charismatic than usual. This will come in handy, surely.
Oh, we've gotten a long rest at this point, right? Since the prison.
Yes, we
All
have.
right, cool.
Okay, enhance.
Just to reset my spell slot and enhance ability.
Is that a spell?
And I'm gonna ride. I've got my lance just kind of in a resting
Nice.
position, just leaned against my shoulder, and my lion shield is on display. And I'm trying to look presentable, although I'm a little dirty from the road.
Eagle Splendor.
Eagle Splendor. All right, advantage on charisma checks. Sounds good. Halt there, stranger, says the wood elves on the wall. Turn back and go back to where you came from.
I would like to, but I'm afraid that there's a harbor, and I'm supposed to meet somebody on the other side of it. Is there anything I could offer you that would convince you to let me pass? I have some companions behind me too. They're capable warriors if you need our services for anything.
How many warriors?
We could do a job. He counts on his fingers. I think 3 and a horseman.
Have them come out with their hands up, no weapons drawn, and we can talk.
I think it's safe, guys. Remiskin calls over his shoulder. Come hither.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to ride Gilmac?
Hilarious.
Yeah,
sure.
The archers talk to an elvish commoner, a wood elf commoner, and he runs off.
And can I see Willow through the palace, like over the palisade, or is she hidden at the moment?
You can. She appears.
Who's
on top
riding
of
Gilmac though?
She appears on top of the on the palisade, looking at you guys curiously.
I'm gonna call out to her, Willow. How is your relationship with your father these days?
How do you know of my father? Responds Willow.
He's a good friend of mine. I've helped him to escort grain and saved him from bandits, as well as horrible monsters, more than once.
Really?
In return, he's extended his hand of friendship to me. I don't mean to say that I'm noble and chivalrous. He's a friend.
She's thinking for a second.
He beat me at chess the other day.
Well, he is a good chess player, although not as good as he thinks he is. I don't know if I should trust you, whoever you are.
My name is Remishton. I'm a traveling man-at-arms. I sell my services and do good deeds when I can.
Oh, it's good to meet you. I'll let these wood elves talk to you then, but I'm a guest here. This wood elves say, all right, Willow, I understand. Let me take it from here. And the wood elf speaks up again, and he kind of opens the gate for a second, and he steps out. Look, you guys don't seem like bad travelers. So just walk back the way you came, go back to your country, and no harm will come of you. The roads are safe and protected, and we patrol them often to keep away any dangerous monsters that might appear from the wetlands or from the dungeons.
We would not intend to stay. We're simply passing through. We just need to get to the harbor on the other side. We would pose no trouble to you at all, and we have no loyalty to Ventus either. If that's your concern.
How do we know? We don't let travelers into our lands unless there is a very special exception for it. I don't know you. I don't trust you. And I don't know if you'd cause any trouble. You seem like you guys are, the three of you plus your 2 horses, are very capable warriors. And you could kill many, many of my brethren, many, many of our friends, our family, and we just can't risk it. So
what if I surrender all my weapons?
That'd certainly make it easier. If you surrender all your weapons and let us blindfold you through our territory, then perhaps we could talk. But we would still need something in exchange for taking this risk.
I have.
What kind of thing?
What can you offer?
I'll look at Cider since he was going to speak.
I have a few things I could offer. Well, the first and easiest is a trade deal for mithril for your. I know that elven scouts like yours often favor stealth over heavy armor. So a source of mithril to grant you both protection and ease of movement, so as to better allow you to protect your lands, is something I'm prepared to offer. If you'll allow me to prove that I'm in a place to provide such a deal, I'll ask him for permission to reach into my bag and provide the deed to the mine as proof that I do in fact own a mine that could provide a mithril, that could sell them mithril at the normal rate.
The wood elf walks over and says, "Okay, pull it out. Let me take a look."
I'll pull out the deed, the copy, not the original, of course, and I'll hand it to him to read.
He reads it over. He says, "Well, this is a fine piece of paper, but I don't trust a piece of paper. How do I know you have mithril, actually?"
I'll then pull out one of the pound ingots from my bag. The 5 pounds that I do have, I'll pull out 1 pound of them. Is this proof enough?
Just 1 pound? Is that it?
I'll take out the others.
All right.
The mine has only just come into operation, unfortunately, so we can't. I can't provide you any more. In fact, carrying any more might just provide incentive to simply for bandits or others to simply attack us in an attempt to take it. I only carry this as a proof of the fact that I can do business and I am willing to do business.
Okay. Well, I am willing to. I think that would be sufficient incentive. So I'll tell you what. As collateral, you give us the 5 pounds of mithril as the first part of our trade deal, and we will pay you the equivalent fair market price, which is...
Of course.
Now this is where you're going to have to make a choice now. Is actually, they can buy it for 22 gold pieces. It's above market price here per pound. So that means any member of the party can sell a pound of mithril here, a pound of mithril ignates, 1 pound for 22 gold pieces. That's double the amount that you get profit-wise internal to your country. However, if you pay the taxes, though, it goes down to, it's less profitable. It goes down to because of the import-export taxes, that you pay to the country, it would go down. It'd go back down to 8 gold pieces.
To Ventus.
Yeah.
You mean, right?
So if you pay the taxes for import-export, it'll go down to 8, which is not making it not worth it because you can sell it normally for 10. But if you don't pay the taxes, it's 22. And so she says, okay, keep the 5 gold pounds of mithril here as collateral, and we'll pay you. Just tell us where your business is, and we'll pay you. We'll send a messenger over and give you the payment. Unless you want.
All right, I'll point to it.
Yeah. Okay.
On the map. I'll show it to him on the map.
So yeah, the message will be, we'll deliver 22 gold pieces times 5. So what is that amount? 110.
That's
110 gold pieces will go there. And was the 5 pounds found as part of the loot from Portobello's mine, or was that mined?
No, it was part of the loot from the Portobello's mine.
Yeah. So
the original mine hasn't finished its activity yet.
Do you mind if I give 22 gold pieces to everybody?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so everybody here will get 22 gold pieces. Just go ahead and add it to your inventory. You can't use it until next gold session because that's the next game session's when it would arrive. But you guys get the amount. And yeah, if you agree, the Wood Elf says, yeah, we'd be happy. We will allow you passage through our lands, but you're going to need to turn over all your weapons, and you're going to need to be blindfolded. But we'll lead you through. In the meantime,
you'll return our weapons to us.
Yeah,
on the other side.
We'll return your weapons after you depart from our port, which is called Safe Harbor. Willow can accompany you. She's earned our trust after many years of service, and well, it's a long story.
That sounds like a fair deal. Although I would ask that, as you are blindfolding us, you would also keep our faces covered. We have fears that rather unsavory types may attempt to scry upon us while we are traveling.
What kind of business? This wasn't. I don't want to. Unsavory types
No,
like
no,
crime
no.
lords.
Really, bro? Really?
We don't want to get involved in crime lords. This changes things a little bit.
Not as a crime lord per se.
Yeah.
Rather, we just don't. If you're going along to cover our eyes, might as well go the extra mile.
No, what were you talking about? Explain yourselves.
Forget about it.
No, we're not going to forget about it. You got to tell us what's going on. As her insight check is just like ringing. We're not going anywhere until you explain the truth.
The truth?
You in the back. Wait a second. I want to hear from the person in the back that hasn't spoken. Mortimer, she points at you. You tell me what's going on.
There is some corrupt individuals who have it out for us.
Which corrupt individuals?
The individual goes by the name of Hannibal.
We don't know that he's got it out for us. It's just a possibility.
Who is Hannibal?
A senator.
Senator.
And
of the
I'd like
Republic?
to say,
possibly. Yes. Yes.
Possibly.
He is. I believe he's a Republic senator, but I'd like to emphasize that this is not a certainty. It's merely that we've heard rumors that he's a bit of a shady character, and that makes us a little worried about him.
He is. One of the? It's just exasperated. One of the 7 senators of the Republic of Ventus is your enemy.
No, he's not our enemy.
I wouldn't say
it's possible that he's our enemy. That's
why do you need to
difference.
evade his scrying? Are you a fugitive of his? Is he trying to kill you?
We have no.
Not to my knowledge.
If I was him, I'd try that. But under law, like lawfully, under the law code of Ventus, he has no legal right to attempt to do so. But then again, since we believe that he's a criminal anyway, we don't believe he's bound by laws.
We can't We can't bring that kind of trouble here. If he really wants to kill you and evade the law, then he has no problem invading our territory. Maybe it'll destroy the diplomatic relations that we have right now. We might be wanting to join the Republic eventually in the future, establish trade, have our own senators. This is about
My
peace
friend
and
here is
cooperation.
exaggerating. They're exaggerating. We got in a scuffle with a minor official under his command. It wasn't anything serious, but we thought it best to lay low for a little bit just so that he wouldn't come after us.
What happened is we had an associate who was, let's just say, overzealous. We have since broken our connection with that individual, but just to belie any concerns of this senator, we are wanting to, not be in his way, so to speak. Exactly. So it's not that he's necessarily wanting to kill us or really anything like that. It's just we inadvertently stepped on his toe, and we don't want to
anger him
further or give him any more issue.
You want
with us.
You want political asylum. You want to make it so that we help you evade capture. And Willow kind of calls over the widow. Willow kind of calls over the widow and kind of whispers to her for a second. And she comes back as you're saying, you said that he's not trying to capture you. And the widow says, I don't know. It's already an exception.
If you're torn,
we're already giving you an exception here, letting you travel through our lands. This is not something that we do.
If you're torn about it, I'll give you some
can
further
you promise us that can you promise us, each and every one of you, that no harm will come to our community of wood elves, anyone here, if we help you? Can you promise that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Okay, Remishton says that, and the wood elf looks over at Nicholas, Mortimer, and Kenneth.
Mortimer definitely just nods and agrees.
I'll give him my utmost promise as well.
And then Kenneth? Kenneth?
By the way, you don't have to go along with this, by the way, if you don't want to. Stonebuckle, you're welcome to. Kenneth can do something. He can, say no. It's up to you.
I mean, he knows he can't. He'll say yes, but he knows he can't promise the safety of anybody once they pass this area.
And with that, the wood elf says, yeah, and I've just spoken to Willow, and she says that you wouldn't be a friend of Willow's father, if you weren't good people. So, we'll give you a chance for Willow's sake. But please, don't betray our trust. Don't make this backfire on us. As the gates open and they let you in, if you agree to be blindfolded and relinquish your arms until you're safely escorted all the way to safe harbor. Gilmac, you're not going to be blindfolded because they don't know about you as a horse. So you guys actually will be able to, see the map as you're going by.
Does anyone here know thieves' cants?
No.
No.
Unfortunately not.
So, tell me of my father, says Willow. What has happened?
Well, there was a bit of an apocalypse with some acid-blooded monsters, and he initially was pretty brave and stuck around late in order to keep his business open, but eventually he had to evacuate. He came with us. I was very grateful for that. And him and a caravan of other merchants, we spent some time in the hideout of a bandit, and then continued to Red Lurch, which I understand is your home, or at least it used to be. Last I visited Samwise, he was throwing a big party the other night, and challenged my companions to a game of chess and ended up defeating us. Well, it was a draw, but
Nice.
Indeed.
he is well. He was asking about you, actually.
Oh, what
He
did he
wanted us to
say?
look for you.
Oh, he did now, did he?
Mhm.
Yes. For what reason have you cut communication with him?
Well, wood elves are very secretive, and they don't. I'm a guest here, but if I leave, I might not be able to get back. So that's why I'm here. It's a great place.
Oh, that's understandable.
This home. I spent some time helping them. Just kind of camped out by their barricade. Told me to leave. I wouldn't leave. But they wouldn't hurt me, make me leave. So I stayed there. Then I helped them, gave them some food, and then after that, a few more months passed. I helped them with the dungeon, told them about where the monsters were. A few more months after that, we shared a few meals, and they let me stay by the barricade. A few months after that, eventually, through much persistence, I earned their trust, and they let me in. And I've, went around to all their villages. They're really, really, they're very distrustful. They're very, very worried about what the future holds for their small
Definitely
colony.
don't blame them.
But they stick together. They're good people. They're not trying to hurt you. They're good people. Simple farms, simple gardens. They live in the trees sometimes. They live in the roots. The mithril is very important to them, so that offer was extremely good. But they're also interested in magical secrets. They have this large lost library of these ancient spells. Some spells that haven't even been heard. There's some wood elves that are trying to craft new spells there, which is amazing.
You said lost library of ancient. Noted.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. That's why they seek so secretive. They don't want. The country of Ventus already knows about this, the higher ups, but they don't want them taking it. It's part of the reason why they
don't
haven't
want
taking this tomb of magical secrets, this ability to craft new spells. They don't want the country of Ventus to enviously and jealously take this secret from them. They don't, that's what's holding up these negotiations about joining the Republic. It's whether or not negotiating over this library, this lost library of magical spells, this ability to craft new spells, whether or not this will still be owned by the Wood Elves, whether they'll have authority and sovereignty over it, or whether or not the Republic, through the Senate, will be able to take it, will be able to appoint their own wizards, their own sorcerers or warlocks to come in and plunder it. Do the Wood Elves have the rights, or does the Republic, the Federal Republic, have the authority? And that's what's holding up the negotiations.
If that's the case, I'm not too sure. He's gonna wipe the drool from his mouth after hearing about this library. If that's the case, I'm not too sure about the legal loopholes between nations. But on a smaller scale, if you define the library, you could sign this to your high horse. If you define the library as a personal ownership, like you have one person in law, whether the leader of this country or the group of people that supervise this country, have it as a personal owned area, land, what have you, rather than a national treasure of some kind, it might be easier to get the guilds to support your ownership rights, because I believe that's sort of what the whole the guilds as a whole represent, the ability for a person to build and own anything really. It's rather fascinating.
Yeah.
But given that you can't leave, if you would like to, you could, if you have a message that you would like to deliver to your family, write us a letter. We're sure to see him in the coming weeks, months, maybe. We'll deliver it for you.
Okay, I'd be happy to. Thank you. Actually, I have and she kind of hands you a letter for Samwise and her family. I actually have a letter prepared already. So if you could hand that. And she hands it over to Remishton. Remishton looks the toughest. Hands that letter. Go ahead and add that to your inventory, Remishton.
Yes.
It's a letter from Willow
Right.
to Samwise and his
I'm
family.
hurt.
There you go. That's a good letter prepared.
And while I'm taking it, I'll say, next time I see Samwise, I'll be sure to tell him how much you've grown. It seems you are quite capable and responsible.
Yeah. And if you
And
are able to help through these, if you're able, I don't know if they've told you, but if you're able to help smooth over this diplomatic problem that's preventing the widows from joining the Republic, then they'd be able to join the Republic, and that would score you a lot of political points, make people a lot of money, and
Yes,
earn you a lot of friends.
when we return from our voyage, we'll be sure to talk to our local senator about how wonderful you are.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right. Well,
Make sure to pass along my message. It might be a way to avoid, having the library be subsumed.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna work though. Even in the Republic, I don't know if you know this, but personal property isn't absolute. There's martial law. There are precedents for taking personal property.
Indeed.
So it doesn't matter if it's public or private. That's the reason why it's such a big deal. Once they join the Republic, can the Senate take the ancient library that has this ability to craft new spells, take it, do whatever they want with it? And the answer right now is yes. And that is unacceptable. So there has to be some kind of negotiation, otherwise it's not going to do anything. On top of that, we've learned about this invasion of Xenomorphs that are attacking the country of Ventus. We don't want to fight a war. So
Yeah.
it's
Indeed.
and at that you guys kind of go through all the way. There's a long road and there's some villages along the way. Finally, you arrive at Safe Harbor. There's a nice port there. It's small dock, and the Orcish ship there. And I haven't described the Orcish ship to you. I'll describe it now. You see this like ramshackle, large. It looks like a landing vessel that has been retrofitted. The sails have been removed, and in their place are these like rows of oars. I think there's like 15 oars on each side, maybe 12 oars, with each of them having an orc manning them, and they're going in perfectly synchronized strokes, using their really bulky muscles, and they have like biceps the size of your thigh. You look down, you look at your thigh. That's how big their biceps are. They're huge, and their shoulders are broad, and they can really move those oars, and that's how they move. Great when the wind is down. When the wind is low, this thing is faster than any ship. When the wind is high,
Wow.
they were blowing a lot. This thing is below average, of course, because they don't have sails. Gilbert,
By the way,
what are you doing?
When they were talking about when she mentioned the Xenomorphs, at some point appropriate in the conversation, Gilmac would, I guess,
I don't
reveal
think that's a good idea.
I think it needs to be done.
You're a horse.
I know.
You're a horse, my boy.
I'm aware.
Gilmac's doing what needs to be done.
Okay,
So he's revealing himself and would like that to happen.
all right, so you reveal yourself. The wood elves are startled and surprised. Willow gasps and kind of falls to the ground. And what happens?
So first, I say, I am Gilmac. I'm a druid, and I was only in this form for the time to make us less threatening. But now I'm here to show you what to look out for. Since you mentioned the Xenomorphs, I wanted to show you the facehugger form that eventually creates these Xenomorphs, and you need to avoid them and kill them if opportunity presents itself at all costs, and then shapeshift into a facehugger.
Okay, you gain inspiration. They are shocked that discovering that you're actually not blindfolded, but reluctantly, they also appreciate that you've shared this information, so they'll let it slide. You gain a point of inspiration, and yeah, they still let you board the ship. Still let you go. Do you have any last words for the Wood Elves or Willow before you depart?
Remember what I looked like. Kill all of them, but do not let them jump on your face.
And I guess I'll also, well, I guess we don't know exactly what route we'll be taking back, but I will tell them as I'm like got my gear back, as I'm saddling up. Is there anything you'd like us to say in case we see our local senator before we end up seeing you again? Or do you have communication channels well established already?
What was that?
Is there anything you'd like us to say to our local senator should we have a friendly meeting with him before you do?
Well,
or do you have established
please,
channels?
Do not mention us to Senator Hannibal. In fact, it's best probably you just don't mention us at all. I don't know what kind of situation you've had. You've obviously pissed someone off, and they can't deal with you.
I'm not sure about that. I understand completely.
These ears
and I
aren't here
promise
to just frame my face. I've heard what you've said. I've heard what, and he points over at Cypher. I get the message here. Okay, I get it. I can read between the lines.
But I'm gonna look at Cider and say, in honesty, what have we even done that it would be so offensive? That whole matter was completely smoothed over, I believe.
Perhaps for us, but I understand what you're saying, Willow. If you ever need anything, as the daughter of our good friend Samwise, and for the good word you put in between us and the elves at the gate there, we will attempt to help you. I think that's what our mission is trying to get at. I'll stand over to him. I'll walk over to Remishton, just tap him on the shoulder. Forget it. If it's better for them that we don't remember this meeting, I think it's best to do what we do. I think it's best to do what's best for them.
But if you have another senator that's actually willing to talk, actually willing to negotiate, for example, I don't know if you know this, but there's actually a senator that's been, leading the negotiations with the Wood Elves. Really friendly one. You might know him. He's named Senator. He's actually a cardinal. Cardinal Godwin is his name, but he's a senator actually as well. So, but they call him the Cardinal. Have you heard about him?
No, I
can't say I have. I'm a bit of a dunderhead.
All right, out of character. Take a look at the secret documents, the cache of secret documents from Portobello's Dwarven Mine. He's the one that the Drow are going to assassinate.
Okay.
Fun.
Well, we have to do something now. Hold on. Really quickly. How long on the journey would we be allowed? Like, would there be any point on the journey where I'd be allowed to copy down anything? Like, even like if they just turned around and facing a tree, I'd ask.
You're blindfolded for one thing.
Down. Oh, I know. I know we're blindfolded, but just like if I was just like facing the ground, if I could remove my blindfold, just looking straight down at the sheet of paper, no looking around. Because I have something that I need to write and give to them.
I mean, they're gonna be blindfolded. You're gonna be blindfolded the entire time. You can't write when you're blindfolded.
Of course I can't. Damn it! Hold on.
Well, maybe when
I can't give any proof.
We're having this conversation, I think, at the end after we've been given our stuff back and we're outside their.
Yeah, you guys are on the ship right now. You can certainly get off and talk to them again, but this is like private time for you guys.
When we're like saying goodbye, you're having these thoughts, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll scribble down the as much of the documents as I could find pertaining to the senator that they're planning to assassinate, and I'll run off the ship, like jump down after hearing that senator's name, and I'll hand them the documents and say, I think this is a fair compensation for what the things that you've done for us today. I'll say there are people that are opposed to your ownership of the library. I'm sure you are aware of that. They're planning to assassinate the cardinal who is spearheading the negotiations, possibly to attempt to incite a war between Ventus and your people. If you can warn the cardinal or place your own defensive measures, that would to everyone's benefit. I don't think Ventus can afford another war.
You scribbled down a note saying that Senator Cardinal Godwin is going to be assassinated? I mean, do you honestly expect us to believe that? I mean, are you joking? Is this your version of comedy?
I think he's doing that. I think he wants to warn them somehow. I think that's his plan.
I'll pull it out from the bag.
And are you talking to the Wood Elf or Willow? Because this is how they actually respond to you.
I think he's talking to the Wood Elf, right?
Yeah, the Wood Elf says, "This is your version of comedy? Are you kidding?"
No, I am 100% serious.
Where did you get this information?
I'm going to pull the secret documents out of my bag. Having memorized them already via one of my talents that lets me.
Okay. Everyone gains 800 experience from this social encounter. By the way, this is the last one, so everyone gains 800.
Right.
And yeah. She says, yeah, I understand you wrote down that really awesome story, and it's very funny, but it's getting old now. I mean, come on. Assassinating...
I'm pulling out the actual secret documents, not the copy I made.
Okay,
I'm going to pull out the actual old secret documents.
Oh my god, they're old parchment. That's going to... My goodness. What's your name?
Hey, believe what you will, man. You've been warned.
Who are you?
I'm Cypher.
Okay. What else kind of looks at you up and down? He's like, Cypher. I mean, come on. What do you expect us to do with this? Documents that are unlabeled, unmarked, from a complete stranger that we just met, as saying that someone, a high-ranking senator of your country, a cardinal, a man of faith, is going to be assassinated? I mean, what do you expect us to do with that? How does that... Is that payment of any kind? That's just... Oh my goodness. You're just unloading these stories on us.
If you're aware, you can do with it what you will. Believe it or not, I am not your god. I do not decide for you what you've done. But now that you are informed, you can take whatever precautions you feel are necessary. If no precautions are necessary, you may do as you will. However, note that... What do you lose from taking extra precautions to protect him?
We lose credibility for believing a complete stranger right now.
No one knows I'm here. Who's gonna lose and who's gonna know that you believe this?
Look,
well, I'm not gonna tell anybody.
You're not a credible witness, and until you do, we're not gonna do anything with this information. Okay? You're gonna sit there. You're gonna say, "Do whatever you want." We're gonna do nothing because you're not credible. We don't know you, Cypher. We have never even talked to you.
Am I able to hear this conversation from the ship, or is it too far away?
Yeah, no, the voices are getting loud. You guys can join the conversation if you want.
All right, I'm going to call out from the side of the ship. We don't expect you to do anything. It was just a gesture, and if it's not meaningful to you, then I would say do nothing. It's probably safer to do nothing, to be honest. Just trying to repay a favor in the only way we knew how.
Indeed. What else could we offer you?
Proof that this is actually happening. A commitment to action to stop it.
Is acceptable?
What proof is acceptable?
What proof would you find acceptable?
The assassins telling us when they're going to attack, the time, the place, the location of when the assassination will occur.
Are any of these information
who is the people that are trying to kill them? How does this involve the Wood Elves?
I mean, it's you all are in negotiations with the targets. But is any of the information they asked for present on the document? If so, I'll relay that information to them. If not, I'll simply
Yeah,
say,
if you guys actually read it, it shows that it's going to happen, the assassination of Senator Cardinal Godwin will occur in the City of Glass during the dungeon run, which is like a triathlon with the clearing dungeons.
I forgot
few
about
weeks.
I will relay that information. Why would the assassins tell you? That's
Look,
I'm pretty sure they're.
it's not my job to find the proof. It's your job to convince me. You haven't done that. I don't know what you want me to do with rumors.
So from the ship, as he says that, I'm going to call out another response, and this time I'm going to kind of like stand up as tall, as proud as I can, and shout, "We expect you to do nothing. We will be returning from this void at some point, and we are capable individuals. Perhaps it's outside your abilities to do anything about this, but mayhaps it's not outside ours."
Look, I think
Perhaps
that
it would be
Senator,
good for
if
everyone
this is
if we
indeed true, that Senator Cardinal Godwin is going to be assassinated, then he would be very grateful that you would prevent his assassination. But yeah,
I think we will try to prevent it if we can.
I don't
But
see
we
how we can
expect
do
you to do
anything
no
here.
such thing.
Good idea, Reshmitten. What was
I'm certainly going to talk about this. Is going to be a nice story to tell when I go back and drink some wine at the tavern.
Now hold on a second. If you go telling that story, you might put yourself in danger.
I would not do that. It's one thing to not believe what I'm saying. It's another thing entirely to
what
start
are you talking
about a secret.
It's
plot.
not a secret anymore. You shouted it so loud that your companions on the boat came down and heard it. I mean, this isn't an abandoned harbor. There's going to be people around here, and you kind of look around and maybe there's a few people here and there. They're not really paying attention. They might have heard you. They might not have. And then back to the conversation. There's like the wood elf, the wood elf archers that escorted you. They're like, yeah, I mean, it's not really a secret.
Not anymore. Oh well.
Does this involve Senator Hannibal?
No. Probably not, at least.
No such thing.
There's no mention of him.
Remember your promise, okay? I pray I might have done a good thing, helping you, but I hope you don't destroy our country or our home.
Okay, at this point, I'm gonna jump off the ship and wade through the shallows and walk up to him. And when I'm close enough to talk quietly, we're whispering in his ear so only the two of us can hear, I'm gonna say, I very realistically might find myself in a position to attempt to prevent that assassination in the future. Would you prefer that I do not do so in the interest of keeping any potential involvement of yours outside of it?
What? Are you talking to the Wood Elf or to Cypher?
I'm the Wood Elf. I'm marching up to the Wood Elf who's been who's been in charge, and I'm saying, I have no intent to bring harm to your people. However, if you'd like me to, I can further refrain from getting involved in any related matters if you're fearful that my involvement could somehow implicate you.
Well, please, do what you believe is right. I'm not going to tell you to be involved or not involved. I'm just a border guard, okay? And apparently I've been involved in this big story. The talk of the town. That's what it's going to be. That's for sure. I wish you could.
Well, have prudence. And I would advise you to try to spread prudence as well as you can, for if there are men trying to assassinate a senator, do not think that you would be in danger as well if you were to spread such stories.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't matter if I spread them. Other people are going to spread them. Whatever. I won't share the story. It'll be a private little thing that I share with my family, okay?
You have a rule of law, and you have your men around here. Tell them all the same thing. Try to keep it under wraps if you can, because that will be the safest for you and those you care about.
Sure. Okay. I'll talk to them around here.
And with that, I'm going to turn around and wave my hand and say, "Good day. I'm retiring to below decks. I need a nap."
All right.
This entire time,
Man,
Kenneth's been looking
I need to
out
learn to
over
shut
the
up.
seas, making a cross over his chest and like looking back at everybody on shore. Saloon, forgive me for what we just brought among these people.
All right. And now you guys are we'll pick up our adventure next time where you guys embark for the home of the vampire lords. That will be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the game.
I
did.
definitely did.
Thanks for running the game,
That was
Austin.
great. Thank you.
Always have fun.